This is Liz from Creative Life of Liz, and I am here to do my April book Bujo setup. Crazy, we're already in April. Sorry the lighting's a little weird. It's sunny today, which is also weird. Anyway, this is my Artist Loft dot grid notebook that I'm using from Michaels. I will show you kind of where we are for the year so far, and what I've done so far in March before we kind of talk through everything else. So today is the 26th when I'm recording this. I have been reading every day, which is good, keeping up with most things. I'm currently reading a book off my own physical TBR, continuing to make progress in some readathons there. Sorry, my cat is walking around behind me. So I guess he's just gonna show up in the video now. That's Katsu. Sorry, he's interrupting. So making progress. Now he's running around there on all of these. And I did finish up the winter challenges for Romanceopoly, which is good because April starts the spring challenges. And then moving into the parts you haven't seen yet. So looking at my February wrap up and reading statistics, I read 21 books, about 6,200 pages. No 5 stars at all, which is disappointing, but it is what it is. I had a lot of 4 stars, so that part is good at least. Reasonable split on relationship to author as well as own voices. Reasonable split on formats. I read a good chunk of newer books, but also a few older ones. The main genres were fantasy, romance, mystery, and history, and the subgenres were contemporary, historical, paranormal, and science there. Looking at my favorite read of the month, it was The Third Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop. I thought it was really interesting to hear a little bit about her life and all of that good stuff. I thought it was really well done, and she narrated the audiobook, so also enjoyable there. For my recommendations, The Third Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop, Sabotage on the Solar Express by M.G. Leonard and Sam Sedgman. This is another book in the Adventures on Train series. The next one comes out in April, so I'm hoping to get to that one then. Voyage of the Damned by Frances White, which is a murder mystery fantasy setting situation. Four Ruined Realms by Mike Corland, which was a the Five Broken Blades sequel, which was also really good. And then The Disappearing Spoon by Sam Keane, which is about the elements of the periodic table. So also an interesting read. Moving into March, I only had one priority read, but this is my cover page. I do have some blank space here. I'm probably just gonna leave it, honestly. I think it's fine. Some things that I was reading at the start of the month. And then I did squeeze in the 52 Book Club Spring Clean up here. They had 3 extra prompts added. So I squeezed that in, and then a few more reading here. Have not read a ton this month, as you can tell, because it's been very busy. However, I am currently in progress on 2 books, and so I should be able to fit whatever else I read on this page. And then 2 pages for summary, kinds of statistics, things like that. And then we move into the space for the April setup. So for this month, I'm kind of taking a little bit of a different approach. So we're gonna see how it goes, I guess. Starting out with the pens, since that's kind of the consistent thing. I'm using a Zebra Click Art pen. I think that this is described as light blue. I could be wrong, I don't read Japanese. And then the Zebra Mild Liner, also perhaps light blue, sky blue, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what any of these things are called. I will try to link them below. And then I did also pull out the Uniball Signo in light blue. This is the 0.28, just in case I need that one. And then lastly, I pulled out my fountain pen. I don't know what kind of ink is in here, to be honest, but fountain pen kind of thing. Anyway, other things I pulled out in case I need it. These are the washies I used for my setup in my personal planner. So this one with like cloud wave kind of things, that was a gift. It was shipped from Amazon. And then this one that's kind of like a picnic blanket pattern in blue with little gold glitter. This is from Simply Gilded. I'm not sure I'm going to use these, but I pulled them just in case. And then the main thing that makes this month different and what I'm planning to do. So we just got back recently from traveling to Norway, and we flew KLM, and they gave us these like little envelopes for the salt and pepper. So the salt and pepper is in here from when we were flying. So I want to use these little envelopes without the salt and pepper, obviously, for my setup. So I have 2 of this design that I plan to use. So I was thinking maybe something like this kind of vibe. I know it puts the KLM upside down, but I think that's okay. It doesn't really bother me. And I think we could leave that there. And then there's also this one of this other design. Oh, even the salt and pepper is different. Okay, that's cute. Anyway, so there's this one that's kind of like artsier kind of design for this one. And so I was thinking, I just pulled clear tape. And I was thinking I might tape this one in to the crease to be able to use. I think I might put my priority reads on a little paper inside here. I think that's going to be the plan. So I did pull out some scraps. I have like, these are note paper. I have like a stack of it. It's Post-it sized, so like 3" by 3", but it's not sticky. But I've had it for ages, and I have 2 different colors. I have this lighter blue, and then I have this brighter blue. I think I'm going to use the lighter blue. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the lighter blue, but I pulled both just in case. And then I also pulled my Tombow Aqua Mono Liquid Glue for being able to stick things down. So my plan is to use these in the setup because I think it'll be really cute. And also I brought them home because I thought they were cute and I wanted to use them. And this feels like a good way to actually use them and not just have them live in my stash for forever. So I'm going to do the setup. The only readathon I plan to participate in this month is Magical Readathon hosted by G at Book Roast. It's the Spring Equinox edition. So there's 14 prompts. So I'm going to do the setup for that side as well. So I think I'm just going to do all the stuff and then I will be back to show you however it turns out. All right, here I think is where we're gonna call it for the setup. So I laid these 2 down. The glue is still a little wet, but I think it looks pretty cute. I did have to put my 5-year journal on top just to kind of like hold it down while it was setting a little bit. Then I have a little scrap of paper that I cut down in here. This is April 2025. And then I also taped in this other little envelope. And if I open it up, I can pull out this little piece of paper that says priority reads, and then I will fill in the priority reads once I know what they are for the month. So I've got that there. And then I did the Magical Readathon setup. So I tend to do the Spring Equinox kind of backwards. So you're supposed to pick your calling and then read the books you need for your calling. However, I never know how my August is going to go, so I struggle to pick a calling well ahead of time. So I always try to do as many of the Spring Equinox courses as I can, and then I will figure it out in August, essentially, based on what I completed here and how my August is going for the autumnal equinox. So I wrote down all 14 prompts, and we're going to see how it goes and what I managed to fill in by the end of the month. So I think that's really all I've got for today. So as always, please like and subscribe below if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. It helps me out. Let me know what you're reading in April, what you are excited to maybe see me read. Any suggestions for any of these prompts is also great. Are you participating in Magical Readathon? If you don't have anything that you want to leave down below, then also just leave me an envelope emoji just to say hi. I'd love to hear from you. And then follow me on Instagram and Blue Sky. I post in progress and finished spreads of all my planners, as well as bits and pieces of my life, what I'm reading, all that good stuff. And until next time, bye.